I looked at this game called as democracy, and this game makes us a bunch of dogs. This game, which we are playing for almost 80 years. 8 years. Okay, India has been playing this game for almost 75 to 78 years. America has been playing this game for almost 250 years. But what they got, Americans got, blood. Americans got blood money, blood inside their hands. You know what? War culture. Americans got war culture. Indians got what? No transparency, no accountability. Scams, frauds, bribery, corruption. Okay, both at the parliament level, both at the state level, and the government. Okay, and you know what? The municipality offices and everything. What this game is all about? This game was never ever. This game was never ever about your choices. This game is never ever about your choices and your opinions. It is never ever about your choices and your opinions. And if you think that this game is the most important game which is going to give you a choice, which is going to give you an opinion, then you are wrong. Because I think one thing, but the choices and the opinions and the views of this democracy is completely based upon a huge lies. That you have that you have all these things. But when your choices, opinions and views, and you know what, that is going to be projected inside the society. How many of you are believing the same thing? How many of you are believing the same thing which is being shown in the news channels and the Twitter and the Instagram and you know what, the Facebook and the YouTube? How many of you are seeing the same thing? It's just one side poking the nose and telling the wrong thing about the other side, and the other side is defending it, and it is dragging the first side. Who has argued that side is not doing well, and that side is going to bring that first side's previous administration into the hands, and then they are going to say this is the thing, and they are not going to solve the problems. They're just going to tell about the problems. They are just going to say about the problems. They have every single method, they have every single opportunity, every single power to do the right things, but they are not going to do the right things. Because if they do the right things, then the resources, whatever that is going for the right things, they cannot use it for the wrong things. That is corruption. The funds which they could have utilized it for corruption, they could have not. They are going to lose those funds, because those funds are going for development of the state. They are going for welfare of the state. They are going for welfare of the people. So that's the reason. They are never ever going to discuss about the solutions and how a state can be developed inside the parliament, rather than they are going to discuss blah blah black sheep about the scams, about the frauds. They know who these scamsters are, who these fraudsters are, but still they just waste the time each and every single day, each and every single minute of their lifetime. That is how they are built. That is how the parliament structure is built. You know what? That's the reason there is no need of parliament only. First of all, I think so. Because too many times these people, they just go on dragging the problems, And you know what? They just complain. They are just for complaining. They're never ever for solving the problems. Why they're not solving the problems? Because they know if they solve the problems, okay, they have to allocate the funds. And they don't want to allocate the funds. Why? If they allocated the funds, then definitely those funds are going in the right direction, which they cannot use it for the wrong direction. So that's the reason the wrong set of people, they're ruling the right set of the people. That is the wrong thing. Remember, not all of them are wrong. But if the majority of them are wrong, then definitely it becomes a one team of wrong set of people, more wrong set of people, okay, doing the right set of the things. The wrong set of people, they cannot do the right set of the things. Okay, remember this thing. Okay, and it is always, remember, the bad people do the bad things and the good people, they do the good things. Okay, not vice versa. And you know what? If the bad people wants to, okay, do the right things, it should have a great transformation inside their heart and mind and soul. But remember this thing. But remember these things. The bad men, the thieves, the terrorists, they have, the thieves and the terrorists, they have change of heart and change of mind. But these people, the people who are sitting inside the parliament, especially the politicians and the ministers, they don't have any change of heart and soul. Their entire heart pounds for, okay, making billions of pounds, for making millions of pounds. What is that? Millions of dollars. Okay, that is what? Crores of rupees. Yes, of course. That is how the system is built. And sorry to say this, I lost hope in the system. Long ago. And I don't vote in the system, because if voting made any difference, if voting made any goddamn difference, then definitely we would have been seeing that change. But we are not seeing the change. We are just changing the sides, okay, to hope for a change every single 5 years. Okay, but again the same story. Okay, who becomes the bigger snake and who becomes the smaller snake? Remember, if we choose someone, they become the bigger snake in the 5 years, and then we choose the smaller snake. Yes, the smaller snake is very good. Okay, now we chase the smaller snake, and that smaller snake becomes the bigger snake in the 5 years when we choose it. And then the bigger snake appears like it is a smaller snake, and then, okay, and these snakes will never ever end. So this is, okay, remember this thing. Democracy, party systems, they are the snake systems. They are the snake systems, brothers. They are the snake systems. They don't know even A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay, up to Z, the 26 letters of alphabets. Okay, how to construct the letters and how to frame the words, and then how to talk in English. Okay, the official recognized language of entire world. They don't know it. Especially the Indian politicians. And these people are leading us inside the world. Congratulations. Yeah, to everyone who have elected them. Now this democracy will never ever, okay, this democracy, okay, what is the problems of democracy? You know what? Every single thing requires a protest. Every single wrong thing, whatever the policies they make, if you want to negotiate, you have to do protests. Means you have to waste your time. And you don't know the outcome, whether you are going to be in a riot. Riot means what? Riots means sometimes protests turns into riots. And then the lathi charges, means the baton charges and the water sprays and the flashbangs. Yeah, these things will happen. So this thing, which means every single day, every single point of time, you have to do what? Exactly. What? Protests, guys. Protests. Every single day, protests. Democracy? Exactly. Wait. Set up a committee. We will set a committee, sir. Okay, the committee will look after this, sir. Okay, it will go. Okay, a tender system will be there, sir. Okay, let us do this thing lawfully, sir. Yes, it will take a lot of time to do one simple task in democracy. You know, that is what democracy does. And you have manpower to do it. You have resources to do it. You have money to do it. You have manpower. You have resources. You have manpower. You have resources. You have money to do it. But you don't want to do it. That is what democracy is all about. Manpower, yes, you have population, you have labor to do it, you have resources, you have cement, iron, steel, okay, cement, iron, steel, brick, aluminium, everything you have to, okay, to build the things, and you have money to allocate it, okay, to give for the, okay, yeah, all this raw materials, all the labor cost, yeah, everything, and to give for the engineers. You have everything, but you don't want to do it. Why? Because that is the right thing, because that is the right thing, and and the wrong set of people, they are, okay, they cannot do the right things, and the wrong set of people, they want to do the wrong things, and you know what, that's the reason you have given the administration in the wrong set of people, and every single time, and every single time you are just being back, then you are being stabbed every single day and every single point of time. So that's how this democracy works. This democracy is not going to solve your problems, guys. This democracy is never ever going to solve your problems. They told something about democracy. Okay, democracy is of the people, by the people, for the people. But they never told who these people are. Does anyone told you, okay, who these people are? No, they never ever told you. Does anyone told you who these people are? No, no one told you who these people are. But you believed that you are the, okay, you are those people. Remember this thing, okay, you are the people who just choose the democracy, but the people who administer the democracy are different. Okay, you are just choosing the democracy. The people who choose the democracy are different than the people who run the democracy is different. Don't mistaken it. Don't mistaken it. Never ever mistaken it. Okay, the people who choose the democracy and the people who administer the democracy, they are two different entities. Okay, कौन चूज करता है, कौन चुनता है, और कौन उसे कौन हुकूमत चलाता है डेमोक्रेसी का, वो बहुत फर्क है. पीपल हु आर, नाउ आई वाज टेलिंग यू अबाउट democracy and who it administers. Okay, you are the administrator, means okay, you are the chooser, and you are choosing someone to come in administration, and then you are calling yourself as the people. Remember, there's a lot of mistakes with respect to this definition. Okay, I'm saying this. There's a lot of differences, okay, when it comes to this. You know what? Differences, Okay, let me tell you. Okay, see, you are choosing someone in administration, and then you are calling yourself as the people who will democracies of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the people who are choosing the sides, once in a 4 years or a 5 years inside the elections, they're calling themselves as the people who run this democracy. No. You are not the people, you're just the choosers. And the choosers, they're always the losers. You are just a chooser. If I like this, okay, if I like this or like this, only two options, this or this, this or this. So you are saying to me that, you are saying to me that, okay, you are choosing someone. You are saying to me that, okay, I am choosing someone and I am in power. The choosers cannot be in power because you are the choosers of democracy. You are just a chooser. You don't have the power. You are bringing someone in power. Those people, those who bring someone in power, they don't have the power. Okay, now, when they will not have the power, because if the people who bring someone in power, if that someone is already rich, is already influential, is already owned by another rich guy, then there is no meaning to choose that particular guy who is already rich, who has already had a great background, who already had the adjustments with the ACs, with the air conditioners, with the air conditioners, with the air purifiers, with the bungalows, luxuries, 5-star hotels, pubs, discos. Yeah. Which means if you are bringing someone to that power, which means if you are bringing someone in power, okay, you are bringing someone in power. When you are bringing someone in power and you are empowering them through your oaths, you are enhancing them through your oaths, you are believing them through your oaths that this man XYZ, this woman XYZ is going to do the job for me. See, that's when you lose the gamble, because they already are part of a rich VIP ecosystem. Because you are bringing someone in power who is a part of rich VIP ecosystem. Yes, you can say that these people, they came from the poor background. Yes, of course, common people background. But they don't get the seat. They don't get to contest for CM elections or PM elections or this president elections at the first go. They have to become the small workers of the party systems, and then then the ministers, some secretaries, then they will be appointed as some, then they will contest in presidential elections. But before this 20 to 30 years, before this 10, 15 to 20 or 25 to 30 years of their tenure, they have already experienced what glorious life is all about. What glorious life is all about. What VIP life is all about. What foreign is all about. What extravaganza, what vanity, what all these things, they have experienced every single shit. And then you are bringing someone to the power who is experienced in all these shits. That is democracy. And you believe that they are going to have the same background, they are going to have that same originality which they had before 20 to 30 years ago, when they were when they had the great inspiration, great motivation to do the job for you. At that point of time, they may be the voice for you. But right now, you are choosing someone who has gone to the 25 to 30 years, who has gone 25 to 30 years of rapid changes in his life or her life, and then you are selecting that person as your chief minister or as your prime minister or your president of your ecosystems, of your country ecosystems. So be careful in choosing. It does not matter which background he came from. It also matters. It also matters what he has gone through and what he is experienced in. What he has experienced in these 30 years before contesting in the prime minister elections or the presidential elections. If you look at the prime minister's Modi's, the biodata, he's uneducated. He's 4th standard. Maybe, I don't know. He's a T-cell. And you know what he is? His name comes in RSS, which has been banned 3 times since independence. His name comes in RSS, which has been banned 3 times since independence. And there are many allegations against this thing. And BJP is such a political party which is associated with the RSS lot of times. So that is the third thing. And this man's name is associated with the Gujarat riots, the Godhra riots. And this man's name is associated in the Epstein files. So you have selected that man. Congratulations. And you believed him, and you said that yes, this man is going to bring some changes. Yes, he brought some good changes, like generic medicine, some schemes. See, remember the schemes and the free grains, and at the same point of time some generic medicines. Remember this thing. They're just going to just postpone your death. They're just going to postpone your death. They're just not going to validate your life. They're not going to prosper, thrive, and flourish your life. The prosperous, thriving, and flourishing life is something else, which I'm going to tell it to you. Okay? Yeah. Now, let me tell you, this man does not know anything. And he behaves like he knows everything. Okay? And okay, you have selected that man who don't know anything about the geographical landscape of India. The geographical landscape of India is 32 lakh square kilometer. Okay, 32 lakh square kilometer. 32 lakh square kilometer. Yeah, population density 490. And how to control my population, how to provide the employment to the unemployed people. He does not know anything. And he just does all those things, okay, which is being told by his educated people who is behind him. Means the educated people behind him, he's indirectly ruling this country. And you know what? He's not ruling the country. The educated people beside him. And you know the same goes with the finance minister, the Nirmala Sitharaman. Yeah, she does not know anything. If you ask so much toughest questions, she will just skip those questions. She is going to say, because she does not know. She does not know. Even the budget which is prepared, she does not prepare it. She just tells it. She does not have that mind. And who does not have that mind about the finance, about the economics, is running the finance of this country. And who does not know how to handle the ministers primely. What is prime ministers? The prime of the ministers. The prime of the ministers inside one particular cabinet. Yeah, and he's not the prime. And he's not the prime. His hands are tied. And you know what? Whenever he is in a trouble, he brings religion into a mix. And he just distracts you, diverts you, dejects you, oppresses you, and suppresses you. And what he says, he don't know. Sometimes. And if anyone asks the questions, he just dodges the questions. If I ask you questions about physics, he's going to tell the answer in mathematics. And if I am going to ask the question in mathematics about the mathematics, he's going to answer the question in physics. Okay, remember, okay, when someone asked about Adani inside USA, okay, in USA's, okay, what he said, yes, this is not the right platform. Okay, when two big nations leaders meets, okay, this type of questions will not be asked. Then when we will ask the questions? Adani is a very big guy. Adani, Ambani, everyone is a big guy. And they are bringing what? They are having a hell of a billions of dollars of Indian ecosystem, Indian financial ecosystem. And when someone has a billions of dollars of Indian financial ecosystem, being the prime minister of your country, India, you have to answer that, and you will have to answer that. There's no dodging of the questions. So, but still, these people, they misuse the power, and then when the power is misused, why this power is being misused so that it benefits the rich monopolies? No answers. Just dodging the questions. And we can't dodge our we can dodge our life. We cannot dodge these 5 years. Okay, remember this thing. Okay, how he dodges these questions, how he dodges those press conferences. Okay, he has not done any single press conferences. And you know what? He has not done any answer one questions. He just dodged it. He's just dodging everything. Yeah, remember this thing. Can we dodge his 5-year tenure? Yeah, let us say, okay, we don't want you. Yeah, is that possible? No, because we have elected it. So that's the reason, guys, this democracy sucks. Because once you vote, it's just like an arrow. You cannot take it back. Once you have a bow and arrow, okay, pick that arrow and you project it. You cannot take that arrow back. It's just like a bullet fired from the gun, and that bullet is always going to travel fast, and you cannot take that back. So that's the reason. Always remember, this man has been fooling us around not only this past 10 years, always been fooling us 20 years ago. Okay, and you know what? And you know what? A man who does not know anything, he's going to get 25 international recognized awards from from other nations. What are his achievements for the world? What are his achievements for the world? Just nodding the head, just nodding the head, just nodding the head, just nodding the head each and every single day. Yeah, each and every single day he just nods his head. When he nods his head, okay, he does not know what he is doing. He does not know what he is doing. First of all, he does not know anything what he is doing. Does he has any proper guidelines, proper points that okay, I'm going to do this in this part of here, I'm going to do this in this part of here, and whatever, okay, he does not have it. Yes, and whatever he does in front of the camera, and that is one of the most important observations, and that is a regular observation. Forget about that observation. Have you noticed him? Okay, let him do it, because okay, some people are, some people are, okay, they are adjusted to cameras, they want everything in cameras. Okay, but as a people, as the citizens of India, we demand the development of the development of infrastructure, the government hospitals, the government panchayats, and the government schools, the government healthcare, every single thing, the industries, the factories, and the employment jobs. Okay, and that too should be there there should be there inside the camera. If the prime minister of the country is so much interested in camera, okay, let him be. But I don't have any problem with it. But that thing should be there with this employment. That thing should be there with the eradication of unemployment, poverty, and hunger. Yes, of course. But when your prime minister does not do that, then there is something great problem with it. Yes, he's adjusted with the photos. He's adjusted with the photos. Let him be adjusted. But we want the photos of eradication of unemployment. We want the photos of eradication of poverty and hunger. We want the photo in which our infrastructure of roads, bridges, and at the same point of time, roads, bridges, and that buildings is going to be. Yeah, we want those photos. We want those proofs. But he's showing us the proofs of meeting us, okay, with different diplomatic relations. Remember this thing: the foreign presidents and the foreign ministers, they are not going to come and they are going to develop our land. The Indian ministers and the Indian prime ministers, they have to develop their land. Just remember that thing. They have to develop. They have to develop it. They have to develop it. Okay, we can develop it because we have given the power. Okay, we are just the choosers and we are the losers who will make someone win. And those people win. Those people who have won it, they have to make us win. They have to make the losers win. And they are making us lose again and again and again and again. Then what is the use of this democracy? I don't know. Every single thing feels, empty. Every single thing feels empty. Why? I don't know. Because every single thing feels empty. I don't know why. I am just complaining. Okay, I'm not here to complain, guys. I'm telling how this democracy is all about. Because, see, the game is rigged. I know that thing, the game is rigged. Because those who, democracy is of the people, by the people, and for the people. These people who choose, they are the losers. But these people who run, they are the winners. Okay, and these people, the democracy is of the people who have won it, who have won the elections. The democracy is of the people who have won the elections, but okay, for the people, okay, the people, exactly. Okay, democracy should be like this. Okay, the definition is democracy is of the people, okay, who have won the elections, of the people who have won the elections, by the people who have won the elections, but for the people who have chosen them to win the elections. But for what? For matters. That is what important thing is. So that's the reason the definition of democracy is completely written wrong. It's completely written wrong because they have never told who these people are and what are their conditions and parameters of what they're doing inside that one particular ecosystem of one particular country's administration. So that's what is very, very important. So that's what very, very important is. So you can't say I'm not saying this is the wrong thing, this is the right thing, because there are right things and the wrong things. Okay, and you know what? The wrong set of the people, if they administer the right set of the people, definitely they are not going to be completely. And this democracy is somewhat shit. I'm saying this. This democracy is somewhat shit. Democracy is such a game which gives the same amount of equal rights, equal rights, equal rights, equal rights and equal powers, equal rights and equal freedom to the right set of people and the wrong set of people inside, okay, to the right set of civilians and the wrong set of civilians inside one particular land. And this wrong set of civilians, okay, they do the wrong set, they'll do the wrong set of things like murders, rapes, sexual harassments, and you know what, okay, terrorism, chain snatching, and okay, robberies, dacoits, every single thing, okay, to the right set of the people inside one. And then the police and the law and judiciary, they are going to take a hell of a time to decide the things. So that's what this democracy is all about. This law and judiciary, it sucks because it allows the things to happen first and then it discusses why it has happened later, after allowing the things to happen first. That is what this thing is all about. Okay, first it will allow the things to happen. The law and judiciary of India especially, it allows the wrong things to happen first and then it discusses why the wrong things have happened. Okay, yeah. That is what the things. It does not control the things. It does not contain the things. If the things are properly controlled and contained and restricted in the first place, then you don't have to worry about the lawyers and judges. Okay, they are fighting for justice. Because the justice is served. The justice is served before making a crime. If the justice is served after making a crime, then there is no use. If the justice is served before making a crime, finish, done. The justice should be served before making a crime. Then there will be no disasters, there will be no problems created. So that is also a great drawback of democracy. Okay, if you look at the Saudi Arabia and UAE example, they cannot sexually harass or rape any of women. Why? The hands and the legs are going to be cut. Why? It is what it is. But in India, that is not the thing, because they allow the mistakes to happen. And then, yes, exactly, they are going to discuss inside the law and judiciary why this has happened. So this law and judiciary is a shit. This law and judiciary inside a democracy is a shit. So that's the reason you need empires and the kingdoms. You need empires and kingdoms, and you need strict rules and laws. But you don't have it. And that's the reason, guys. Fed up of democracy. Fed up of. Now, where are we? The fourth largest country, third largest country. Yeah, seventh largest country, third largest economy. Yeah, we are going to become fourth largest economy, third largest economy. We are going to be the superpower. Yeah, yeah. Keep that shit to yourself. Stick it up inside your brains and your hearts and your asses. I don't care about that shit. Because this shit is a shit. What is this shit? The third largest economy. There is no per capita income. $2,800. That is exactly equal to 2,50,000, some 833 rupees. Okay, some 600 rupees. Okay, per year, and 20,833 rupees per month. Okay, and you know what? Everyone is getting the same thing? No, there is wealth inequality associated with it. The top 10% of the country, they hold 68% of the nation's wealth, and the next 40, they hold almost 25% of the nation's wealth, and then the bottom 50, they hold only 6.4% of the nation's wealth. And you are telling to me that the 73 crore people, they hold only 6.4% of the wealth of India? Yeah. And then you are telling me that the nation is growing? Then the nation comes, then the nation means this 73 people, this nation means this 73 crore people are included. When this 73 crore people are included, the 730 million people are included, then how you can say that they are progressing? Then how you are saying that they are progressing? They are not progressing. Then don't talk to me about the shit of GDP. Okay, that GDP is a shit. That GDP is a shit, because no metric of economics, not even a single metric of economics, is going to tell us about the right picture of the people's progress, because whenever there is a wealth inequality concerned with that particular ecosystem of countries, ecosystem of economies. Okay, and you know what? These systems are so much fragile, so much deadly, and that's the reason you cannot measure it. You cannot measure the progress of your people. And when they say they have moved from poor, these people have moved from poverty to these people have moved from poverty to middle class. What is the metric? What is the metric? What is the metric? They are doing the loans. They are spending their entire life in loans, and the loans and the EMIs, they are going to bite them again and again and again and again and again and again. And you are calling them middle class. You have to call them as loan class. For every single thing, they are doing the loans, and their salaries are capped, and their salaries are not adjusted to inflation. So you cannot say that thing. Sorry to say this. You cannot say that. So now, the next question comes is, what is this democracy? This democracy is two sides. These two sides, this one and the two, and the one and the two, these two sides, they know one each. Okay, they know the ruling party knows the opposition party, and the opposition party knows the ruling party. And these people, they show us an illusion of a fight. They show us an illusion of a fight inside the so-called as a parliament or a Vidhan Sabha or any, I don't know about the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, I don't know about any shit. Okay, this people, they show us the illusion of a fight that yes, okay, we are fighting for you. No, they are not fighting for you. They are just yelling out the problems, the scams and the frauds. And you know what? And they are the ones who are allowing these scams and the frauds in the first place. Okay, these are and these people are so much hypocritical people, and even I'm a hypocrite. Remember, only a hypocrite understands hypocrites. Okay, remember this thing. These people they allow the scams, frauds, and wrong things to happen, and these people they discuss these scams, frauds, and everything inside the parliament. Why did it happen? They allowed it, and then they are going to discuss it. Why it happened? Why did they allow it? First they allowed it, and then these people, why they first of all they allowed it, and then these people are going to discuss why they allowed it inside the parliament by the opposition. And then they are going to discuss only the questions. They are not going to discuss the solutions. Why? If they discuss the solutions, they have to allocate the funds. They have to allocate the resources, and those resources, once it has gone for welfare of people, means for the right set of work, for the right set of things, then it is not going. Those resources will never ever go for the wrong set of the things. Means corruption, bribery, commissions. No, it is not going for that. So they want the resources and the funds to go for the wrong set of things. So that is what they have come into power. So that is what they like, to be in power. So you know everything, and you are the only ones, and you are the ones who allowed it through corruption of votes. How the corruption of votes is going to happen? The bribery. First you are going to accept some money, and when you are going to accept some money, and then you are going to accept some beer bottles and some biryanis, and then you are going to cast that vote for 5 years. Remember this thing, brother. Remember this thing. You have to choose a wife, not a bitch. You have to choose a wife, not a bitch. Remember this thing. Always you have to choose someone who can work for you for 5 years. Like a wife who is always going to be with you. It's she should not be like a bitch, brother. So that's how you have to appoint your parliament members. Remember this thing. Most of the Okay, most of the things are bitches. Most of the things are bitches. Why? Why? Remember this thing. The reason is simple. The reason is simple. Why? Because they do some schemes, they do some welfare, and they go away. And then that's the reason. That's the reason. You need wife. You need wife for 5 years. No, you don't get wife. You get bitches. So that's the reason. You are not electing the wives. You are electing the bitches. So be careful to elect the wives rather than the bitches. No, and that's the system. This system sucks. And that's the reason the democracy sucks. You need to understand that. The democracy always sucks in any part of the world. It's not about just India. It's about America also. The same thing. The same thing. If you choose the bitches, yes, they are going. Okay, if you choose the bitches, those bitches are going to become rich, and then and then they make the common people as bitches. So that's the reason you have to choose the wives. That is what the democracy is all about. And I have understood the game. When I understand the game, okay, I'm going to be deadly. Because I move fast inside the game. Video games. So that's the reason, right? So that's the reason, guys. This democracy is a facade. It's a massacre. And you know what? This bribery, the corruption at the first level, second level, third level, the corruption at the parliament level, the central level, and the corruption at the parliament level, the central level, that's the party level, and the campaign funding level, and you know what? The state level, the state parties, and you know what? The state, okay, and the municipality level, okay, and the municipality level, Tahsildar level, yeah, you know, BEO, block education officer, you know what? And then Tahsildars, and you know what? The officers, and then comes the okay, then comes what? Okay, someone comes. Okay, let me tell you. Someone comes. Who will come? Okay, Okay, the engineers, the senior engineers, junior engineers. Yeah, everyone will come. The contractors and the middlemen. And then and sometimes the police and the DCs too. Yeah, everyone is involved. And you are selecting that system. Brother, what you are choosing for? And then you say you have the power. You bastards, you fools, you idiots, you don't know what you're choosing. Then why you're going for elections then? See, remember, elections will not do the difference. Elections will never ever do any difference. Elections do differences. Do you think elections do differences? It will never ever do any differences. Inside America also it will not do any difference. Yeah, the same Democrats, the same Democrats, the same Republicans, the same two shits, which is going to suck the entire wealth. Again, they are going to suck the wealth for them and the corporate elites monopolies. That's it. That is what they are all about. And are they going to care for you? Do you think are they going to care for you, Americans? No, not at all. Yes, shits. Yeah, you have to call shit only. Okay. And the BJP and the Congress, both of them, they suck it. They suck the blood of the poor. Because both of them, they don't know anything. They don't know even ABCD of development. And except some base which they have provided from the 80 years. Okay, some infrastructure, healthcare, education, IT sector. Yeah, agriculture revolution. Yeah, okay, apart from this, they don't done anything. Okay, something creatively like China, America, Chinese infrastructure. Yeah, American infrastructure, European infrastructure. They don't know anything. They don't know how to make the system clean inside and outside, both. And that is what democracy is all about. And that's the reason this game is completely rigged. Until your nation is in the hands of unpad gawars, okay, 8th standard fails, or 10th standard fails, or 12th standard, until 12th standard, right? Okay, they don't know anything about the economics. They don't know anything about, okay, the finance minister does not know how to do the finance. The foreign minister does not know how to maintain the bilateral relations. The prime minister does not know a plus b whole square is equal to aka a square plus b square plus 2ab. And we are chosen those set of people. And the opposition party leader, he comes and he says like, okay, this is this is constitution, and this is constitution, yes, and he always says, yeah, this is the constitution, this constitution has given me that much power, and he does not think outside the constitution. He does not think outside the constitution. He does not think creatively. Yeah, this Gandhi Parivars, this Modi Parivars, they are useless. Both of them, they are useless. And that is what the conclusion is all about. That is what the conclusion is all about. They just save each other's skins and asses. They just save others' skins and asses, and they did it through the FCR Act in 2015 or 2016 or 2018, and they are going to do it again and again and again, and they are just waiting for each other to exhaust the people's patience, so that someone is going to come in power, and these people are going to do the same, and they are going to come in power again and again and again and again. And this shit is going to continue like a cycle for hundreds of years, for 200 of years, for 300 of years, until your death. And that's the reason, guys, it is a time to say enough is enough, bye-bye democracy, and start the kingdoms. No, you can't do it because you don't have any guts. You have fools and idiots, you don't have any guts. Because you are fools and idiots, and sometimes you behave like this fooling thing, because remember, who is a fool? Who can be fooled is a fool. And that's the reason you are getting fooled by almost some 30 to 40 years of this corruption. Neither your ancestors, neither your grandpa has not done anything. He's taken it as entertainment. Even my grandfather is also taking this politics as entertainment. Politics is not entertainment, it's a responsibility, guys. Politics is not entertainment. It's not entertainment. It is not entertainment because our lives is concerned with it. The development of a nation is concerned, which means it's a responsibility which is given to those set of politicians. But those people, they are not serious. They are never ever serious. And that's the reason why they are not serious. They have experienced these pleasures of life called as ACs, air conditioners, means air conditioners, government cars, and at the same point of time, press, media, press conferences, this extravaganza, these rallies, people's autograph, all these hotels, 5-star hotels, foreign trips, you know what? And you know what? Luxurious lifestyle. They've experienced all these things, and people who have experienced all these things, they're going to come and work for you. Are you mad? Are you? You know what? Are you somewhat idiot? Yeah, you are an idiot, guy. You are an idiot. You are a bloody idiot. You are a bloody fool to understand that thing, that these people are going to work for you. God damn it. Huh? How much pump they have pumped inside you, that shit, that you are believing them again and again and again and again and again and again, through a cycle of lies, cycle of liars, cycle of buyers, from the rich people, cycle of liars who are bought from the buyers, again and again and again and again. Huh? So this thing is gone. This thing is the worst thing ever done inside the and some of the Nehrus and the Gandhis, the Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi, they did some great things, and they did Atal Bihari Vajpayee, they did some great things, and they gone. Yes, and these people, they are going to brag about the same, and whenever they are going to be in a problem, they are going to just bring those ancestors, powerful politicians, inside their power, and they are going to just tell about their mistakes. Remember, the mistakes are mistakes. It's gone. No, I'm going to tell about their mistakes, and I'm going to just burn their legacy into pieces. I'm just going to put a dark spot on their legacies. Yes, they have powerful legacies. Remember this thing: Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. They had a powerful, strong legacies, and they've gone, and they have said, we have given the base work, and you have to build the pillars. No, we are not going to build the pillars. We are just going to destroy the base which is going to be built. That is what India is going for. Instead of building the pillars, they are just destroying the base, okay, which is built by the Nehrus, Nehrus and the Gandhi family. The Nehrus and the Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Vajpayee sir. Yes, all these people they came and they done their job. They have built the base. Now it's the time to build the pillars. No, you're not going to build the pillars. You're going to destroy the base. Why? Remember everywhere. Remember. See Delhi. It has gone. Remember, if you make the list of AQI, Delhi. If you make the list of AQI of the some 75 to 80 cities are there inside the list. And you know what? And Human Development Index is 130. Corruption Perception Index is 91 out of the most latest report. 91st. Don't say it as you are most corrupt bastards. I know you are the most corrupt. You are the most powerful corrupt bastards. The corrupt bastards are the more and the most corrupt bastards have got the power. This is the third thing. Human Development Index 130. Corruption Perception Index 91. Gone. So this is the thing. Okay. So now the next thing is where I am going to head. So where this India is heading? Sorry, not me. Okay, the India is heading towards lowest corruption. Lowest corruption. Means high corruption, low Human Development Index, low press freedom index. Yeah, it is last, and environment perception index, that is last 180th position. India is a garbage. India is becoming a garbage every single day. And you know what? These people, they don't have any single inch of patriotism inside their heart. And they are going to hoist the flag showing that they are huge patriots. The people who are not patriots, they are showing the patriotism in August 15, January 26 and October 2. That's what these leaders are all about. And I am particularly blaming everyone who have just trusted these people, and they are telling that there is a change which is coming. Yes, you can change only the sides, but not their minds. You can change only the sides. You can change only the parties. You can change the party in powers. But they are not the people who are inside the party. And their minds, their souls, and their honesty and their loyalty towards the nation, they cannot understand that thing. They cannot understand that. They will never ever understand that. Why? Because you can change the parties. You can change the parties in power when it comes to but you cannot change their ideologies, you cannot change their honesty, and you cannot change their loyalty. That is, you cannot change it for you. And you can say that's the reason. And you cannot change their past. And what is the past? That these people, they have gone through the pleasures of life. They have gone through the luxurious and comforts of life. And they want it again and again and again and again. And they want more and more money to protect themselves from inflation. And that's the reason the corruption is going to happen through wealth inequality. What is there inside life, So remember this thing. Remember, if I want to say anything against the government, I'm going to be called as anti-national. Remember, the dogs inside my colony, they have more freedom than me. The dogs inside my family, the dogs inside my colony, they have more freedom than me. I will tell you, the dogs. Okay, I can move, they can move. I can eat, they can eat. Okay, they can bark, but I cannot bark. I cannot tell anything. And whenever humans, they tell something, it's just like barking against the people, the government people. They think that these people are barking. Bhokne wale kutte. So that's the reason, guys. You need to understand that these people, they are completely insane. again gone off control. Are you understanding the game, sir? Are you understanding the game, sir? This game is rigged, sir. This game is rigged, sir. And you know what? This game is how it is rigged because these people, they know there are only two parties. There are only two parties. Okay, remember, one is going to become ruling party, one is going to become opposition party. Okay, and those people, they know that. Those people, they know that these people are going to make the mistakes. Okay, these people are going to mistakes. And whenever these people are going to make the mistakes, they're just going to poke the noses. They're just going to poke their noses and they're going to just inject the injections. They're just going to inject the thorn that you have done a mistake. Yes, rather than telling how the development of nation is done, apart from free bias, apart from how we are going to make the life of common man going to be completely easy and convenient, rather than not normal methods through the creative solution methods. No, you're not going to do that as a politician or any particular officer. You're just sitting there inside your AC offices and you're going to say that yes, these people are just saying yes, exactly, these people are just bypassing the time of 1824 days, that is 5 years, which that is the power. That is the power of one party. The power of one party is exactly equivalent to 1824 days, that is 5 years. And this 5 years, they're just going to bring the same shit again and again and again. And they're going to do some welfare schemes. Okay, I'm not saying welfare schemes are not being given. I'm not saying that. And they're going to do some foreign deals. But what is this use of foreign deals and what is this use of this schemes? Because there's a lot of, because every single thing happens from the government treasury, because RBI just allocates it to the government treasury and the government treasury corrupts it. It's just like every single deal, every single foreign deal, every single foreign deal, every single deal, every single scheme, and there will be a lot of scam. Whenever you hear that word scheme, there is a rhyming word called as a scam. Yes, of course. And whenever you hear something called as deal, that is going to be just an illusion. That is going to be an illusion because that deal is going to happen through the central banks and the central banks are going to, allocate the funds. Exactly. The development is also done. The development is also done through the allocation of funds only. Okay, the allocation of funds only. The allocation of funds is done through what? The central banks, and the central banks are going to give it to the government, and the government is going to just say goodbye. Okay, you know what? The government is going to say goodbye. It's our money. Yes, get lost. Whatever the rest money is, yes, that is going to for development. And you cannot trust both sides. You cannot trust both the sides. You cannot trust the both sides. Why you cannot trust the both sides? I will tell you. You cannot trust both the sides because both the sides are the same set of snakes. The same set of snakes. Okay, it matters which set. Okay, which set is how much it is bigger, and we are going to choose the set which is smaller. Okay, the snake which is smaller, we are going to choose it. We are not going to choose the big snakes. We are going to choose the small snake so that it bites somewhat slow. That's it. But that's how the things are going to be. Enough is enough, guys. Enough is enough. This Modi cannot solve the problem. This Rahul Gandhi cannot solve the problem. Modi cannot solve the problem because he knows one thing. He does not know anything apart from religion. He does not know Hindu dharm ki shakti ko bhi समाप्त करना चाहते. Apart from this dialogue, he does not know anything. हिंदू धर्म की शक्ति 56 इंच का सीना, हाँ, कांग्रेस के परिवार वाले राजनीति. Apart from this thing, he does not know anything. He does not know anything. Do you know anything about him? That he knows that how to do the development? Apart from the schemes, how to make the people's life convenient, how to make them stop them from making the loans, yeah, how to build the ecosystem of economy. No, he does not know. He does not know anything, guys. Apart from some Akashwani, apart from some Modi Vani, apart from some of that particular thing called as, interviews, apart from some, hugging them, doing this. He does not know anything. That particular man, he does not know anything, to be honest. And the person who know somewhat education, who is educated, Rahul Gandhi, he does not know anything apart from the constitution. He says, yeah, this is the constitution, this is the constitution, yes, this is the constitution, power has been given to them. And he is going to ask only the questions. And then he is going to say, yes, I am going to do what? The caste census, which means his upcoming government, if he is going to be elected, they are going to do the caste census. They are going to do the caste census, and then they are going to do the politics based on the casteism and the reservations, which means that is going to be detrimental for the progress of India. Which means you cannot trust the Gandhis too. You cannot trust the Gandhis, you cannot trust the Modis. Then who can trust? Then you cannot trust the system in which you are electing it. So that's the reason you have to destroy the system. And you have to bring me as a dictator. I am announcing myself as a dictator to save this country. No, you don't want it. And I am 28. And I'm fed up by this shit. So that's the reason. Yeah, dictatorship. Because the problems of this life, the problems of your life, my life, everyone's life, and the problems of infrastructure, healthcare, education, everything is going to be solved only by the dictatorship. The strong dictatorship, the strong set of minds, the strong set of young minds built for economy of the nation, built for progress of the people's lives through the comforts, through the by making their life convenient, by making them work hard. Yes, that is what we need to have. But we are not going to do that. Because you want democracy, you want the same set of liars. You want the same set of liars which are bought by the buyers like Ambanis and Adanis. These liars are going to be bought. These liars are going to be bought by the buyers like Ambanis and Adanis, Modis, Mehtas, Damanis, and Birlas, Tatas, and Mahindras. The same set of electoral bond guys. Again and again and again and again and again and again. How much days this thing will go on continuing? I am not understanding this thing. So that's the game, brother. That's the game. Don't say that your problems are going to be solved by this shithole. Because your problem is never ever going to be solved by this. Your unemployment, yes, maybe you are employed, but there is no guarantee that your sons, your future generations, your first, if you are married in 2030, your first generation is going to be 2055, and then second generation is going to be in the 2082, and then 2010, 2110. What is the what is the thing when you die, when I die, when everyone dies, is going to say that our future generations are going to be safe under this BJP and the Congress who are practicing the casteism and the reservations, and then these people are going to say that these people, they don't know even ABCD, how to think creatively, how to develop our land and our healthcare, our education, our industries, our factories, our education, and you know what? Our people's lives making convenient and progressive. Do you think? No, you don't have any confidence. When you are not having confidence, but you are having the confidence once in a 5 years to appoint these liars which are bought by the buyers. So you are remember, if you are electing someone, you are electing the snake. If you are electing someone, you are electing a liar who is built by, who is bought by the buyers like Ambanis and Adanis. That is what it is. Yeah, Ambanis and Adanis, they never ever buy one side. They buy all the sides because money is not important for them. The 5 years of cooperation with the government ministers' cooperation with their companies, it's very, very important for their future and for their progress. That's the reason they never ever care for just throwing out the money. They never ever care. If I was Ambani, if I was Adani, yes, take the money for both the sides. Congress, BJP, whichever side you come, yes, I don't care. No, I don't care. Just take the money. Then just take the money, and whatever I do, just sit quiet. That is what Ambanis do. That is what Adanis do, and that is what everyone does. The recent example. The Tata company, it has given 758 crore in campaign funding, and it has got 45,000 crore subsidy from 45,000 45,000 crore रुपए, यानी कि $5 billion कैंपेन फंडिंग, ठीक है 45,000 मतलब $5 billion सब्सिडी मिल चुका था. मतलब वो जो बोझ है नहीं, हम लोग लेंगे टैक्स पे. मतलब गवर्नमेंट वही वो जो सब्सिडी नहीं हमारे ऊपर पास करे. तैयार हो जाओ. इससे अच्छा तो हम लोग खुद 758 करोड़ दे चुके होते बीजेपी को, ताकि हमारे ऊपर 45,000 करोड़ का. It is what it is. Okay, remember this thing, and if you don't choose me as a dictator, I'm trying to give you another solution. Okay, don't try to cast the vote. Try to buy your candidates. Okay, remember, that's the only option left. Okay, take out the FDs, whatever you have, and give some small part of FD, okay, to the Congress and BJP, both the sides. You have to buy it, and say that, sir, we don't do, okay, we know both of you, you work for money, you work for corruption, you take the money and you do the job for us. That is the only job it is left. These guys, they are liars. These guys are liars. These guys are already bought, and you cannot trust them. That's the game. And if you think that any one of the sides is going to work for you, then you are illusion. Then you are having an illusion, guys. Maybe they work for you for 5 years, but whatever they have worked for 5 years, they are going to recoup that thing in the next 10 years when you owe them again. Maybe they are going to work for some 5 years to prove I am wrong, but they are going to loot the things in the next 10 years, and they are going to brag. Okay, and whenever they are going to loot that thing, they are going to brag about the achievements which they did in the first 5 years. That is what it is going to happen. And I know the game. I know this game because I am a gamer. I am a video gamer, and I know the games, how they are going to be played. Remember this thing. Remember this thing. This is the game, brother. That's the reason. Kill the democracy. Kill the parliament. Kill the constitution, and say we want dictatorship. You want dictatorship. There is no way your problems are going to be solved through this constitution, which is going to give you only 6 fundamental rights: the right to freedom, the right to freedom, the right against exploitation, the right to equality, the right against the right to culture and religion. Yes, of course you had right to culture and religion. You have right to freedom. Okay, remember this thing. You had freedom to walk. You have freedom to talk. In the Britishers' rule. Okay, are they kept your mind? No. But they are saying that's the same thing. So right to freedom, right to equality. Are you equal? Yes, naam ke vaste. But you are not right to equal. You are not right to equal in the form of government jobs, reservations. Then how you are saying that there is right to equality? Then right to culture and religion. Yeah, of course, I'm going to practice my culture. I'm going to practice my religion. Yeah, you can practice it. You can practice it. It was there before Britishers. Then what changed after Britishers? Then what is independence? Independence is such an act. What is independence? What is India's independence on 15th August 1957? 15 अगस्त का इंडिपेंडेंस का मतलब क्या है? स्वातंत्र का मतलब क्या है? ब्रिटिश आर्मी गया, ब्रिटिश आर्मी बाढ़ में गया, ब्रिटिश आर्मी बाढ़ में गया, ब्रिटिश एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मतलब ब्रिटिश एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, ब्रिटिश हुकूमत और ब्रिटिश आर्मी दोनों गए, और इंडियन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, इंडियन लोगों की हुकूमत आई और हिंदुस्तानी लोगों की हुकूमत आई और हिंदुस्तानी आर्मी थी. उस चीज़ को आज़ादी बोलते हैं. उस चीज़ को आज़ादी बोलते हैं जो 15 अगस्त 1947 को मिला. लेकिन उस वक्त से अब तक क्या हुआ? सिर्फ बेस मिला, पिलर्स नहीं बने. देयर इज ओनली बेसिस, देयर आर नो पिलर्स. There are only bases, guys. There's no pillars. And you say to me that in the next upcoming days, okay, every single job is going to become useless. Why? And you know why? Because remember, if you look at the geography of India, okay, that is 32 lakh square kilometer. But China is the 92 to 94 lakh square kilometer, okay, which means it is almost 2.91 times. That is approximately 3 times more land than India. And India is having 3 times less land, right? Approximately 3 times less land than, yeah, but it is having the same population. But that makes population density completely higher. And okay, and you know why? In the next 25 years, the population of India is going to be projected at 1.65 billion to 1.70 billion. You know what is that? That is 170 crore to 165 crore to 170 crore. Means extra 25 crore babies are going to be born. Congratulations. Which means 25 crore competitors are going to be born. And you know what? What is the meaning of that? Which means there will be a lot of scarcity for government jobs and a lot of competition. And you know what? That is going to be deadly. And you need to find a thing. And you are not going to encroach other lands and you are going to occupy it. Right? Because that is the sovereignty of the land. So that's the reason. Where are you telling that? So that's the reason you have to ask the most toughest questions and you have to answer. Okay, then you have to demand the most transparent answers. Ask the toughest questions and demand the most transparent answers. And until they give you the most transparent answers, don't leave them. That is what the youth. That is what the youth of India should do. But they are not going to do it because they are going to get. So first of all, and who are Indians? There are no Indians inside. There are Brahmins, there are Kshatriyas, there are Shudras, there are Vaishyas, there are Jains, there are Buddhists, there are SCs, there are SCs, there are Dalits, and only Indians are there only 3 days inside the year, and that is in 365 days. One is 15th August, one is 2nd October, and one is 26th January, and the rest of Indians will come inside the India-Pakistan match. That's it. That is the real shit. That is the real shit of the meaning of the word Indian. And you think that you are Indian? You are not an Indian. And you are only Indian when you go to outside and you say, yes, you are Indian. Yeah, I belong to this India country. Until that, you will never ever say. How many times you have said you are Indian? You are not an Indian, guys. You are not an Indian because India is a lodge. It's not a country. India is not a country for you. India is a lodge where you will live for 8 years and you will spit on all the things, all the floors, and you are going to say, yes, this is a lodge. This is 80 years I have to pay the taxes to this lodge, and then my future generations are going to pay the taxes by working from 95 to 7. That is what this lodge is all about. Yeah, that is what this country is all about. This country is a lodge. India is a lodge, guys. You are living in a lodge and you are paying the taxes for it. And then you are working for the lodge. And you are not. Okay, that's the reason. You are treating this country as a lodge. And that's the reason they are dead souls living inside this country. जिंदा लाश रहते हैं यहाँ पे, मर्द नहीं रहते यहाँ पे. मर्द होते तो कब से चोरों को भगा भगा के छोड़ दिए होते. लेकिन मर्द है ही नहीं ना. ठीक है, इसीलिए चोरों को तुम लोगों ने हुकूमत में लेके आए. इसलिए वो चोर तुम लोगों को चक्का बना के छोड़ रहे. बस इतना ही फर्क है. और तुम लोगों को जिंदा लाश, तुम लोग अभी जिंदा लाश हो, एक ना एक दिन चक्के भी मारोगे, टेंशन मत लो, ठीक है। अभी तुम लोग जिंदा लाश हो, अभी तुम जिंदा लाश ही हो, तुम इंसान नहीं हो, तुम मर्द नहीं बेटा, तुम मर्द नहीं। तुम मर्द होता तो तेरे को थोड़ा दर्द होता था, अभी तेरे को मर्द नहीं, अभी तू मर्द नहीं है, अभी तू क्या है, जिंदा लाश है तू, अभी तू जिंदा लाश है। एक ना एक दिन तू चक्का भी बनेगा, टेंशन मत ले, तो हिजड़ा भी बनेगा। अभी तो जिंदा लाश है, अभी ये पहला स्टेज है, अभी सेकंड थर्ड स्टेज तो आने वाला बाकी है, टेंशन मत ले उस दिन, ठीक है। हाँ, चक्का है तो, हिजड़ा है तो उस वक्त क्या करना, ठीक है, साड़ी पहनना, चूड़ियाँ पहनना, साड़ी चूड़ियाँ सलवार कमीज़ पहनना, ठीक है, और फिर चक्का गिरी दिखाना, ठीक है, ठीक है। क्योंकि शर्ट और पैंट पहनने के लिए भी तेरे को औकात चाहिए, because you need to have awqat, you need to have that right to wear the shirts and the pants, but you are not having that because you are not a man. Only the men have the right to wear the shirt and the pants. No, you don't have it. No, you don't have it, because when you treat your country as your country but not as a lodge, then you are treating your country's development. Remember this thing. You say yes, yeah. I casted a vote. I brought a vote. Your responsibility has not ended. Your responsibility started there. That is the beginning of a responsibility for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, to demand the progress of your country. No. Yeah, and that's the reason. There's only one man inside 1.46 crore, 1.46 billion people. That is me. And the rest of the things, they are just dead souls. And they are going to become transgenders one or the other day. Don't worry. That is going to happen only when you consider your country as a lodge. That's the reason. Okay, I am the only man. मैं सिर्फ इकलौता मर्द हूँ, तुम लोग मर्द है ही नहीं, तुम लोग मर्द हो ही नहीं बे, तुम लोग मर्द हो ही नहीं। अगर मर्द होते तो तुम लोगों को दर्द होता था, ठीक है, तुम लोगों को दर्द नहीं होता, मुझे मालूम है तुम लोगों को दर्द नहीं होता, ठीक है। जब अंग्रेज थे तब तुम लोगों को दर्द नहीं हुआ, ठीक है। दर्द कुछ लोगों को हुआ, इसीलिए उन लोगों ने लड़ा और तुम लोगों को आज़ादी दी है। और अभी वो लोग अपने आप को, ठीक है, अपने आप को थप्पड़ मार रहे हैं कि किन लोगों को हम लोगों ने आज़ादी दिलाया, किसके लिए आज़ादी दिलाया। सब लोग रो रहे हैं वहाँ पे, महात्मा गांधी, भगत सिंह, या सुभाष चंद्र बोस, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल। क्यों मैंने हिंदुस्तान को एक किया भाई, ठीक है, मरने देता इन लोगों को। सब लोग रो रहे वहां पे ऊपर जाके बैठ के। क्यों हो भाई तुम लोग, क्यों हो इस देश में, तुम लोग कहाँ के हो, तुम लोग इस देश में काहे को हो भाई तुम लोग इस देश में। हाँ, जो तुम लोग, ठीक है, तुम लोगों के पास कोई औकात है ही नहीं, ठीक है, अपने आप को हिंदुस्तानी बोलने का, सिर्फ 3 दिन के अलावा। हाँ, है ही नहीं ना, ठीक है। पहलगामा में सब लोग मर चुके थे, 15-20 उस वक्त। तब तुम लोगों का कौन खोला, ऑपरेशन सिंधु, ठीक है। उसके बाद में 4 महीने बाद तुम ही लोग थे नाचने वाले, तुम ही लोग थे चड्डी उतार के, ठीक है, चड्डी उतार के इंडिया पाकिस्तान में ठीक है, अपनी चड्डी और अपना पैंट उतार के, ठीक है, नाचने वाले लोग। हाँ, तुम ही लोग थे नहीं, तो फिर काय को बोलते हो भाई हरामखोर, ठीक है। तो काय को बोलते हैं, ठीक है, लोग मरने दो, और लोगों को मरने दो, ठीक है। हाँ, ठीक है, डोंग मत करना मना है यहाँ पे, ठीक है। सीधा बोल नहीं। हाँ, और यही लोग ऑपरेशन सिंदूर दिखाते हैं। हाँ, ठीक है, हाँ, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर, और ठीक है, यही गणराज्योत्सव दिन जनवरी 26 में प्रदर्शन किया था। जनवरी 26 में ये भी प्रदर्शन कर रहा था कि कैसे इन लोगों ने पीठ पीछे, ठीक है, उन लोगों से हाथ मिलाया जिन लोगों ने टेररिज्म को स्पॉन्सर किया था। नहीं, हाँ, ठीक, वो भी तो दिखाओ, जब कैसे तुम लोगों ने नाचा था 4 महीने के बाद सब कुछ भूल गए। मतलब 4 महीना बोले तो कितना, 4 महीना मतलब कितना, 120 दिन, और हर एक दिन के अंदर 86,400 सेकेंड्स, मतलब 120 डेज इंटू 120 इंटू 86,400, जो भी आंसर आता है उतने सेकंड के बाद तुम सब कुछ भूल गए। क्या भाई, that's the game, brother. That's the game. Because you need to understand the game is rigged. The game is rigged. क्योंकि तुम लोगों के पास देशभक्ति है ही नहीं, तो पहले देशभक्ति करने के लिए क्या आना चाहिए? क्या टेंशन मत ले, ठीक है? पहले अपना फोटो ले, अपने फ़ोटो को जिंदा जला, अपने फ़ोटो को जला, अपने आप को जला नहीं सकता क्योंकि तेरा जान जाएगा, ठीक है? अपने फ़ोटो को जला, उसके बाद में, ठीक है, ऐसा आने में, मेरा आने में नहीं, तेरा आने में, ठीक है? यहाँ पे आने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं, वहाँ पे जाए, ठीक है? और अपने आप को थप्पड़ मार और बोल कि होश में आ, और अपने आप के ऊपर पानी छिड़क और अपने आप होश में आ कि तो हिंदुस्तानी है। पहले ये काम कर, उसके बाद में सवाल पूछना शुरू कर दे। पहले टाइप करना शुरू कर कि हिंदुस्तान में क्या क्या हो रहा है, क्या कब कहाँ कैसे लुटेरे हलकट लोग कहाँ पे लूट रहे, ठीक है? ये सब कुछ टाइप कर, देख क्या क्या हो रहा है। नहीं, उसके बाद में सवाल पूछना शुरू कर दे। नहीं, ये काम नहीं करेगा, ये तू टाइप ये करेगा कि तो हिंदुस्तान का अगला मैच कब है? अभी T20 वर्ल्ड कप जा रहे हैं यहाँ, ठीक है? तो इसीलिए बे तुम लोग मर्द है ही नहीं, तुम लोग मर्द होना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? बच्चा पैदा करने वाला मर्द नहीं है, वो तो मैं कब पता चलो मेरे को, ठीक है? बच्चा पैदा करने वाला मर्द नहीं है, और उसके साथ साथ, ठीक है, जिम में बॉडी बिल्ड करने वाला मर्द नहीं है, देश के लिए सवाल पूछने वाला मर्द है बेटा। अपने आप को, ठीक है? हाँ, व्यवस्था जब तुम्हारा बैंड बजाता नहीं, व्यवस्था सब लोगों का बैंड बजाता नहीं, तब उस व्यवस्था के बारे में पूछने वाला मर्द होता है बेटा। और लगता है कि सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही मर्द है बेटा हिंदुस्तान में, ठीक है? बाकी सबके सब, ठीक है, जिंदा लाश है। टेंशन मत लो, एक ना एक दिन चक्के भी बनोगे, ठीक है? हाँ, अगर, ठीक है, तुम लोग कैसे जी रहे हो पता है, ठीक है? मतलब बस जीने के लिए हो जाए कलास, ठीक है? जीने के लिए, हाँ, ठीक है, हम जीने के लिए है ना, ठीक है कलास। अबे कुत्ते भी जीते हैं बेटा, कुत्ते भी बच्चे पैदा करते हैं, बिल्ली भी बच्चे पैदा करते हैं, सुअर भी। क्या तू कुत्ता, बिल्ली, सुअर है क्या? नहीं ना। अगर तो कुत्ता है, कल भूखना शुरू कर दे, ठीक है? ठीक है, हाँ, मेरे कॉलोनी में बहुत सारे कुत्ते हैं, ज्वाइन हो जा, टेंशन मत ले। तेरे को, ठीक है, तेरे को क्या बोलता है, ठीक है, पत्थर नहीं मारूंगा मैं, ठीक है? टेंशन मत ले, तेरे को पत्थर नहीं मारूंगा, दूसरों को पत्थर मारता हूँ मैं, दूसरे कुत्तों को। टेंशन मत ले, तेरे को कुत्ते, ठीक है? तो अगर तू कुत्ता बना तो तेरे को पत्थर नहीं मारूंगा, टेंशन मत ले, ठीक है? टेंशन मत ले। तू बिल्ली बनेगा, टेंशन मत ले, ठीक है? लेकिन मेरे घर में आके दूध मत पी, ठीक है? हाँ, है कि नहीं? ठीक है? अगर तू सुअर है तो टट्टी खा के मेरा, ठीक है, हमारा कॉलोनी का पूरा ये साफ कर दे, ठीक है? नहीं कर सकता नहीं, हाँ? क्यों बे? हाँ, नहीं ना, मिर्ची लगी ना, मिर्ची लगना पड़ेगा तेरे को, थोड़ा मिर्ची लगाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? ये लोग, तुम लोग कहाँ हो मालूम है तुम लोगों को? तुम लोग किस पात्रा में हो मालूम है तुम लोगों को? सिर्फ अपने आप के बारे में सोचते हो, ठीक है? मेरे घर के नाना भी यही सोचता है कि तुम पहले अपने आप के बारे में सोच। नहीं, मैं अपने बच्चे के बारे में सोच रहा हूँ। मैं इस खानदान का एक ना एक दिन मैं भी क्या बनने वाला हूँ, नाना बनने वाला हूँ। जब मैं नाना बनूंगा, या फिर, ठीक है, बोलता हूँ, ठीक है, परदादा, मेरा दादा, मेरा परदादा, हाँ, तब मैं बनूंगा, तो मेरे पोतियाँ किस हालत में होंगे, ठीक है? किस सरकार में होंगे, उस वक्त उनकी ज़िंदगी का हालत क्या हो चुका होगा, उसका, दैट इज़ द मेन थिंग, एंड दैट्स द रीज़न सब लोग भाग रहे हैं हिंदुस्तान से। ये सोचना पड़ेगा तुम्हें, हिंदुस्तान से लोग क्यों भाग रहे हैं। तो हाँ, ठीक है, तो अगर तो कुत्ता है तो कल भौंकना शुरू कर दे, टेंशन मत ले। कोई, ठीक है, कोई इंसान वाले कुत्ते को तो मारेंगे नहीं, टेंशन मत ले। अगर तू, ठीक है, एक ना एक दिन जिंदा लाशों को छक्का भी बनने के लिए मजबूर करेंगे हमारे नेता लोग, ठीक है? उस वक्त, ठीक है, उस दिन साड़ी पहन, उस दिन साड़ी ले, ठीक है? साड़ी पे ले, ठीक है? जिस दिन तेरे को लगा कि तू मर्द है, तब तू शर्ट पहन और ये पहन, नहीं तब तक नहीं पहन इसे। क्यों? हिंदुस्तान में लोगों को क्या लगता है कि ये लोग, हाँ, ये लोग ही है हम लोगों की सेवा करने के लिए आए। अबे मेवा के खाने के लिए आया बे आरामखोर। ये भी मेरे को बताना पड़ेगा क्या? हाँ, ये भी मेरे को बताना पड़ेगा। और तुमको पता है, और तुमको भी, और तुमको, ठीक है, और तुमने खुद मेवा खाया, और तुमने खुद मेवा खाया। दारू का बोतल और कुछ 1,000 रुपये, मतलब 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 और 5,000 या 10,000 का पत्ती, और उसके साथ साथ एक बियर बॉटल के चक्कर में तूने मेवा खाया। और जिसने तेरे को मेवा दिया, तूने वोट डाल के, ठीक है, ये सोचा कि वो तेरा सेवा करेगा, इस देश का सेवा करेगा। क्या घंटा मारूंगा तेरे को साले। अबे तू कौन है बे? तू कौन है? हाँ, तू खुद मेवा खाया, और तू ये सोच रहा है जिससे तू मेवा खाया वो तेरा वो इस पूरे हिंदुस्तान का सेवा करेगा। चप्पल से मारूंगा तेरे को। हाँ, सोच पहले। अगर तेरे को मेवा दे रहा है तो खुद मेवा खाएगा नहीं। हाँ, फिर काहे का सेवा करेगा वो? कहाँ घंटा सेवा करेगा तू? हाँ, किसके ऊपर भरोसा करेगा तू? हाँ, किसके ऊपर भरोसा करेगा? किसके ऊपर भरोसा करेगा रे तू? किसके ऊपर भरोसा करेगा? मोदी के ऊपर भरोसा करेगा? चाय वाले के ऊपर भरोसा करेगा? चौकीदारी। हाँ, चौकीदार मतलब वॉचमैन। अगर वॉचमैन है तो किसी भी, देखिए, किसी भी लोगों को चोरी नहीं करना पड़ेगा। तो अदानी और अंबानी को क्यों चोरी करने के लिए दे रहा है? मतलब वॉचमैन ठीक से वॉचमैन का काम नहीं कर रहा है। ठीक है, मोदी ने ये बोला नहीं, ठीक है, मैं चौकीदार हूँ इस देश का। हाँ, ठीक है कि है कि नहीं? हाँ, तो फिर काय को बाबा, काय को? ठीक है, ये चीज़ गलत है। तुम लोग खुद गलत हो। गलत लोगों को खड़ा करने वाले लोग भी गलत है। ठीक है, गलत लोगों को खड़ा करने वाले लोग गलत है। मतलब सही लोगों को खड़ा करने वाले लोग सही है। अगर तुम लोगों को लगता है कि ये चीज़ बदलने के लिए तुम लोगों को डेमोक्रेसी को रखना पड़ेगा या तोड़ना पड़ेगा, तुम लोगों को ये मैं एक चीज़ बोलना चाहता हूँ। ठीक है, वाटर कैन में पानी में थोड़ा सा छेद चलेगा, जब थोड़ा सा इतना सा छेद चलेगा। 0.5%, 1%, मतलब 1%, 2%, 3% कमीशन अलाउ है। लेकिन लगभग 60%, 55% का है और 40% काम किया है, तो क्या घंटा चलेगा भाई? हाँ, और उसके साथ साथ अमीर लोगों को और अमीर बनने के लिए टैक्स पॉलिसीज, और उसके साथ साथ मोनोपोली सब्सिडी देने के लिए अलाउ किया, तो क्या घंटा हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे इन लोगों के चक्कर में? हाँ, और इन्फ्लेशन के चक्कर में करेंसी डिवैल्यूएट होता है, और हमको ज़्यादा नोट चाहिए एक एक चीज़ को खरीदने के लिए। इन्फ्लेशन का मतलब क्या है भाई? हाँ, और तुम लोगों को लगता है कि ये लोग, हाँ, बाय 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 बाय। अब वक्त आ चुका है कि ये बताने के लिए कि हिंदुस्तान में मर्द लोग रहते हैं। हिंदुस्तान में मर्द लोग रहते हैं जो हिजड़े नहीं है, चोर नहीं है, चक्के नहीं, जिंदा लाश नहीं। हिंदुस्तान में चोर नहीं है, चक्के नहीं है, हिजड़े नहीं है, ठीक है, और जिंदा लाश नहीं है। हिंदुस्तान में मर्द लोग रहते हैं। मर्द लोग घूमते हैं, शेर घूमते हैं, शेर, बब्बर शेर घूमते हैं हिंदुस्तान में मर्द लोग घूमते हैं। औरत लोग, हिंदुस्तान मर्द लोग, ठीक, हिंदुस्तान ना ही मोदी का नहीं है। ये बताना पड़ेगा सबको कि हिंदुस्तान, ठीक है, ये बताना पड़ेगा कि हिंदुस्तानी मर्दों का है। ठीक है, ये बताना पड़ेगा कि हिंदुस्तान मोदी का नहीं है, या राहुल गांधी का नहीं है, अमित शाह का नहीं है, नड्डा का नहीं है, या फिर कोई राहुल गांधी या उसके गांधी परिवार का नहीं है, सोनिया गांधी का नहीं, या फिर मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे का नहीं है, या फिर कोई भी अंबानी का नहीं, अदानी का नहीं, मूर्ति का नहीं, मित्तल का नहीं, राधा कृष्ण दमानी का नहीं, या फिर कोटक महिंद्रा का नहीं, या उसके बाद में, ठीक है, ये बिरला का नहीं, या कोई टाटा का नहीं, या फिर कोई इंजीनियर, गवर्नमेंट करप्ट इंजीनियर का नहीं, गवर्नमेंट करप्ट जूनियर इंजीनियर का नहीं, या फिर कोई, ठीक है, क्लर्क का नहीं, या ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट क्लर्क का नहीं, या फिर कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्टर का नहीं, या कोई मिडल मैन का नहीं, बल्कि हिंदुस्तान जो है हिंदुस्तानी लोगों का है, हिंदुस्तानी मर्दों का है, हिंदुस्तानी मर्द लोग रहते हैं यहाँ पे। हिंदुस्तान कोई भी जिंदा लाश नहीं है, चक्का नहीं है, छिजड़ा नहीं है। हिंदुस्तानी मर्द रहते हैं, हिंदुस्तानी मर्द घूमते हैं शेर की तरह, ठीक है। हिंदुस्तानी औरत रहती है, हिंदुस्तानी बालिका रहती है, बालक रहते हैं, हिंदुस्तानी युवक रहते हैं, युवती रहती है, और हिंदुस्तानी अंकल रहते हैं, आंटी रहते हैं, हिंदुस्तानी बुजुर्ग माँ बाप बुजुर्ग लोग रहते हैं। उसके बाद में हिंदुस्तानी शिशु भी जन्म लेते हैं माँ बाप से। वो उसका देश है, बोलना पड़ेगा। और इसको यकीन दिलाने के लिए उन लोगों को तक मैसेज पहुंचाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, नाक के अंदर घुसा के, कि तू काम करेगा कि नहीं। अगर काम नहीं कर सकता निकल, और जो काम करना चाहता है उसको तो मौका जैसा आगे करके बोलना पड़ेगा। और इसके लिए तुम लोगों को डेमोक्रेसी में नाटक चलता है, डेमोक्रेसी में नाटक चलता है। हमको वोट करना है, मदद करो, क्या तेरी माँ के चल। नहीं, नहीं, मैं तुम्हारी मदद करना चाहता हूँ। सर मेरे को वोट कीजिए सर, ठीक है, मैं आपका हेल्प करूँगा सर 5 साल तक, टेंशन मत। हाँ ठीक है, हाँ कौन सा चिन्ह सर, मतलब कौन सा सिंबल वोट करना पड़ेगा। हाँ ये कमल है, मतलब फूल है। अबे फूल को मत देख, उसके नीचे कांटे को देख। ठीक है, कमर, ठीक है, हस्त को मत देख, उसको हैंड को काटा गया है, मतलब हैंड को काटा गया, सिर्फ सिर्फ हस्त है, हैंड तो है ही नहीं। मतलब तेरे हाथ काटे जाएंगे बेटा, तेरे हाथ काटे जाएंगे, ठीक है। पूल बीजेपी बोलते तो पूल देता है, नहीं पूल के नीचे क्या कांटे है, उसके कांटे को भी देखना पड़ेगा तेरे को, कांटे को भी देखना पड़ेगा। सिर्फ फूल को देखोगे तो कैसे चलेगा। और फूल किसके लिए, फूल उनके लिए, कांटे तुम्हारे लिए। कांग्रेस बोले तो हाथ काट, उसके बाद में, ठीक है, हाँ हाथ काट, हाँ ठीक है, तेरा हाथ नहीं है, ठीक है, तेरा हाथ उनके पास है, ठीक है, फिर से जोड़ेंगे इलेक्शन के टाइम पे ताकि तू वोट कर सके। कलश बस, दोनों का दोनों भाई दोनों दबाए। किसके ऊपर भरोसा करोगे, किसी के ऊपर भरोसा नहीं कर सकते। That's the reason. डिक्टेटरशिप, तथास्त डिक्टेटरशिप। तुम लोगों को बचाने के लिए कदम उठाना पड़ा। There's no way, there's no end game. The end game is nearing right now. क्योंकि मेरे ज़िंदगी में एंड गेम आ चुका है। मुझे पता है कि मेरा एंड गेम आ चुका है। Okay, that's the end game I am playing right now. Either go for construction, either go for destruction. There is no way in between. Okay, because middle way in between कौन सेटल होता है पता है? तुम्हारे जैसे लोग, मेरे जैसे लोग, ठीक है। कंस्ट्रक्शन डिस्ट्रक्शन, देयर इज नो वे इन बिटवीन, नेवर। बिकॉज वी आर गेमर्स ब्रदर, वी आर गेमर्स। ओके, वी नो हाउ टू हंट, दैट्स द रीजन ब्रदर्स। ओके, दैट्स द रीजन, बिकॉज वी नो हाउ टू हंट एंड वी नो हाउ टू सेव, वी नो हाउ टू हंट एंड सेव। हम लोग हंट भी कर सकते हैं, सेव भी कर सकते हैं। वी हैव एवरी सिंगल थिंग इन आवर हैंड्स। सो दैट्स द रीजन, द डेस्टिनी इज somewhat ticking, the time is ticking for me and you both, and that's the reason I'm going to cancel. I'm announcing that if I don't bring the change, I'm direct. Okay, that's the reason I have to try to bring the change. So either I have to become the first Raja or else the first Praja who is going to cancel this Prajaship, means the citizenship of this country. I'm going to cancel the citizenship of this particular country called as India, and I have to move abroad, of course. And I'm going to cancel this citizenship. आधार कार्ड, पान कार्ड या जो भी कार्ड है तुम लोगों ने दिया, तुम लोगों के मुंह के ऊपर फेंकूंगा मैं और चले जाऊंगा, ठीक है। हाँ, लेकिन इसके लिए, ठीक है, हाँ, ताकि ये मैसेज पहुंचाया जाए कि तुम लोग कितने नाकामयाब निकम्मे, हाँ हो, ठीक है, हाँ, जो हमको उल्लू बना रहे, ठीक है। इसलिए चलता हूँ, ठीक है, बाय। कितना टाइम हुआ पता है? रात के 1 बज चुका है। देखो see here, it's dark, see, dark.